Hope everyone's having a good day. I am excited to hang out with you awesome people. Hang out on a chill Tuesday with hopefully little to no salt and lots of fun with trains. We're working on trains in Satisfactory today. And I purposefully don't look at numbers of, viewers and subscribers and followers and all that stuff, but apparently yesterday or today we hit 10,000 subs on YouTube, which is awesome. So I'm gonna have to try to figure out a special thing to do for that. Somebody I found out from viewers telling me, or YouTube people telling me more than me noticing it. So what's up, Bilbo? How are you doing, my friend? But we are working on Satisfactory, and we're working on trains. I am hoping I'm gonna probably have to figure out how to speed up some of our Phase 4 production today. Because I really want to finish all this stuff we're working on by Thursday, which means I'm probably gonna have to get some more automation going and then leave the game running offline at some point to finish on Thursday. However, today we're going to start by finishing up. I think we are working on getting sulfur. So we'll probably start with getting our sulfur station set up, and then we'll figure out the other stuff. A 10-hour FTL stream. Oh my gosh, that would that would make my brain explode. Let's see what we're trying to do here. So we have this thing split off. We're setting up a station for this pure sulfur vein. So I think what I need to do, I think I actually decided I need to move this train over one space, I'm pretty sure. So I actually need to back this up. I need to back my train up so I can replace some rails here. So let me start off by doing that. I haven't touched the game since we last played on whatever day it was, Tuesday, last Thursday, something like that. Hopefully I'm not going to back into any other trains here. I'll probably be stopping them from being able to move, but alright, let's do that. And we need to move this section of rail over, I believe. I need to have this sectioned off more to the side, I believe. So I had it here. I need to be one more space over. I've been having fun with trains, but I would like to, if I can, I would like to be done with trains soon so that we can call this build done, because I really want to get into Advanced Edition of whatchamacallit soon. Of Into the Breach, so I'm looking forward to playing that. I've been putting it off, not on purpose, but because I really wanted to finish this playthrough. So let's see what we can do here. This, go straight away to about here. And then can I do this guy to here? I need you to go over to here. Too sharp a turn. Too sharp a turn. Okay. I believe I was able to make this work by doing like a double thing. So like we go this way. Something like this to this. If I move this up a little bit, I can probably make this work. Maybe somewhere around here. There, what about there? Let's see if this will work. There to there. Oh gosh. I swear, trains are a pain in the arse sometimes. Pain in the arse. So we go here. Can I break it off even earlier? Is there a place where I can have it separate even sooner? I don't think so. Come on, trains. Come on. Do what I want you to do, please. You like trains? Have I heard of a game called Event Zero? I like trains. I have not heard of a game called Event Zero, no. Please, what kind of game is it? You're gonna have to tell me about it, because I have not heard about that at all. Event Zero. Please, please give me a purple. Jeez! Alright, let me cut down these damn trees. This frickin' tree is driving me crazy as I try to figure this out. Come on, nature. You're just getting in the way, nature. Jeez, nature, what you even doing? Nature just always getting in the way all the time. Make way for progress. Okay. Trees getting in the way and frickin' rails just not doing what I want them to frickin' do, man. It's driving me crazy. Why the hell is this giving me such a weird curve? I think I need to back up even more to make this work or something. Okay, what if I... This is a straightaway right here. What if I go from this one? See, that one works. If I have the split be there, I think that might be doable. I think I might be able to work with that. So if I can do that, then I just need my train station up here. Alright. You revisit the game last night. It's an adventure game where you cooperate with an AI to get off an abandoned space station. Okay, sounds interesting. I don't play a lot of, like, adventure games, but if it's something you think I would enjoy on stream, you can send me a... what I usually tell people, send me a, private message with the link to the Steam page so I can check it out off stream. That's what I usually prefer to do. Okay, so let's see. We're going in the middle right here. So we go 1. This is going to be the first one. A Pure can supply 2 freight platforms? No, 1, I think. I think it's 1 and then 3 empties. What are you doing? 1, 2, and 3. I think that's right. Can 1 Pure supply me 780 a minute? I think that was the plan. I was going to get that one. Gonna get this guy. That's a Pure. This guy and this guy. Yes, I think that was the plan. Okay, so I should be able to plug this into this. It's too short, actually. You know what? I think I can do without one of these empty guys here, because I don't really want to change these tracks anymore. It's okay if there's if that's like that. I think it's fine. Okay. Let's see. Nuke the nature so they see who's boss. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Nuke nature. Okay, so that's that. We do a block signal. Move this railway straight away up to like here. Move this train so I'm not blocking. Probably all the trains are stuck behind this right now. At least one is, I think. Okay. Let me move, please. Go left here. Wait, did I really put a block signal there? Okay, I need to put that. Okay, can my other trains get by? Here we go. Okay, good. This is not a good path signal there. Okay, so that looks like the trains are able to get through there, I think. Let's make sure you're able to move. Okay, looks like we're good. Alright, we're no longer blocking traffic. No, that's what I meant to do there. And then we can do a guy right there. And okay. Your Whisper Steam page is a little short, but a really cool project. Okay. Project. If it's early access, I'll almost guarantee I won't stream it until it's released. I just get far too many recommendations of early access games. I don't have enough time to play all the early access games people suggest. But I will, even if it's early access, I will check it out. If you send me the link, though. Alright, this to that. Okay. So this will be 780 sulfur a minute is what we're going for. So let's set this guy up. That will come from over this direction somewhere. Alright, let's go set up the actual sulfur mine. Hey, what's up, Solar Cygnus? How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Hope your teaching went well yesterday. Where's the sulfur? It's right around the corner up here. I think after I set up sulfur, I'm going to see what I need to do to increase the Phase 4 production stuff, because if they're not running at the full capacity that they could be, I'm going to need to do some upgrades there. Because I really want to finish this playthrough on Thursday, so I could move to a new game. Let's see, so I need three miners here. It's not early access, just something that hasn't been attempted too many times. Okay, okay, cool. Well, that's good to hear. Glad to hear it's an actual finished project that you're recommending. I get so many recommendations. You should check out this game that... Oh god, supercomputers. That literally has zero content, but it looks awesome. It's like, okay, cool. I'm gonna wait till there's actual content, but thanks for the recommendation. Alright, I need supercomputers. Go to our train. Should have a couple more stacks of supercomputers in there, I believe. You're just subbing PE today, so you can kind of be here in the background. Nice. PE is probably an easy sub. Substitute teacher thing to do, right? There we go. This guy there. What else do I need? Everything else we're good on. Okay, good. Alright. So I'm working on getting, I need to get sulfur. We're getting the stations set up, the mining stations for sulfur. Then I need to go see about actually increasing this Phase 4 production stuff. See if I can do that either using the materials I've been collecting or something else. We'll have to see. We will have to see. And I can pull power off of down over here. Power off of this guy over here. So I don't have my train going through it. Well, take the power line down underneath here. Because it's hot, you can just have the kids stay in the gym after attendance and play basketball. Sounds like a pretty easy day, yeah. Alright, so we're looking for 780 a minute, is that correct? Yes, that's the Mark III belt. So we're bringing this across. I remember in my junior high, the easiest day of PE I ever had was, I think the vice principal had to sub for our PE teacher on a day or something. And vice principal probably never teaches class, like ever, but he plays golf. So what he did is we went out to a field behind the middle school. He took out a couple of his golf clubs and some golf balls and was like, okay kids, you all just hit some golf balls. I was like, okay, I've never done this before. And I actually had a pretty good time just hitting golf balls for the first time. Like we were doing a fake driving range or something, but it's pretty fun. I'm sure, thinking back on it now, I'm sure that vice principal didn't have a clue what to do. He's like, well, I play golf. I got these golf carts and golf, what are they called? Not mallets, golf clubs, just in my garage, or in my, in the, trunk of my car. I guess that's what I'll have to do. It's so goofy. Alright, so we're gonna bring this... Okay, so we're gonna merge these guys back. What we should probably do is merge together to the left, and then we'll merge back down there. So let's do that. Alright. Kind of goofy and ridiculous, but I do vaguely remember that from school. Way back in... Gosh, what year was that? What year was that from my old brain? Probably in like 95 or 96 or something. Okay, let's see here. So we want to merge these guys, and I want to merge them about here if I can. Will this work? That's not going to work. Okay, so what I need to do is figure out where I can get this guy to go. Probably a little bit further forward here. You know what? I think I need to go to I think I need to go a little bit of an angle here. So let's go like this, a little overlap, just to have a thing we can merge on here, a track we can merge onto that'll be straight. Okay, so does that work there? That works there. Does this work to there? That should work, right? How's that? Too sharp a turn. I'm out of steel beams, by the way. It's the first time I've run out of those in a long time. How the hell is that too sharp a turn? Give me a break, game. Please tell me I have steel beams in here. Surely I have steel beams. Is that my last stack of steel? Oh, nope, I see another stack of there. Okay, good. How is that too sharp a turn, man? Okay, well, what if I have this come at a bit of an angle and do it a little bit further out? I could probably make that work. Let's go one other small section here. Like that. Trains are fun and all, but I'll kind of be glad when I'm done dealing with the fickleness of what tracks will actually merge. There we go. The fickleness of train tracks. When you were in 9th grade, you did something similar except with your actual teacher. Okay, nice. I think I could do path signal here. And then we do a block signal where they come back together, which is right here. Okay. Alright, and then we just need to merge back onto the track, which hopefully I can do fairly easily somewhere. Too close to another switch. I was worried about that. That's why I wanted to do this further back. You know what? I think I might be able to bring it down underneath that other track. This is going to be a little awkward, but I'm going to do this. We're going to go down and underneath the track here. And I think I'll be able to make this work. So if I have this come underneath this track, there might be a little bit of overlapping, but that's fine. So we're going to go about right to here. I'm going to bring this underneath a scenic view of this lovely cliff of a waterfall over here. This. Hear the train going by. Beautiful. That should work great. We do, I'll do path signals along here. A couple times. Path signal. Okay. Why is that path signal busted? Are these path signals okay? You should be a block signal. You are a block signal. I feel like I'm mixing in these path signals and it's messing me up some. I think I'm going to remove path signals. You're a block, that's fine. You are a path. Let me just get rid of path signals for a bit here. Yeah, sometimes mixing in path signals seem to screw stuff up. Like this path signal here. Are you a block? You're a block signal, right? You're a block signal. Let me get rid of this, because it seems to be messing these up. Okay, why are you busted? Why are you busted? Let me do a block signal here and it'll probably fix it. There we go. Path signals just, with my squirrely stuff here, just seem to screw things up sometimes. This one seems okay. Okay. I'm still going to turn this into a block signal, though. When I have a bunch of intersections like this, I need to figure out block signals better than I already know them before I do more with them. Okay. So this should be sulfur 1. Sulfur mining 1. Sulfur mining 1. Okay. Alrighty. So next, we ride our train around to a split off over here to get this sulfur. So let's do that one next. This should be all good, I think. This station should be all done, I believe. I see all green lights for all my signals and all that kind of stuff. Alright, we even go underneath that track. I didn't even overlap. Nice, way to go, me. Did I ever get quartz? I think I got quartz already. If we did, I'm surprised we didn't get quartz from there. But... did I get quartz already? Yeah, I did. Must have been better grabbed from other stations. Alright, so I need a split somewhere down over this way to get access to that sulfur over there. Alright, let's see here. Where are we? We're up here, so we need to go further down south. Alright, so we're going to want to split off somewhere up here to go to sulfur 2. Let's see where we want that to be. Probably right around this right up here. I think I'm going to split off to the left over here. And I better back up before another train gets here so that I can actually get on that split. Although I think if I back up just a little bit and put another block signal, I should be able to do that. Okay. Because if I go off from here, we can grab that and then merge back on. That looks good. So let's set this up. Get a guy here. Split off over this direction. We'll figure out where the sulfur is, but to start, I just want to make the little offshoot start so I can get my train out of the way of the other trains. Block signal here. And it's going to be a little bit over more that direction. Just do a little bit of something here, like something about like right there for now. Get another block signal so that I'm not holding up all of my trains. Okay. Beautiful. It's set for me to go left. Let's go do that. This should turn back green as we pass this block signal, I believe. Hopefully my train is not too long for that. Is it still blocked? Let me check. I think I see a green signal. Alright, cool. So that's good. Right, we're out of the way. Perfect. Let's go figure out where the sulfur is. I can figure out where I need to take my train, if it's up top or down below. Grab any slugs that we see while we're out here, if we happen to see any of those. How is it going, Thomas the Tank Engine? I wish I knew that show better, because I do a an impression of whatever Thomas the Tank Engine is, but I'm gonna guess he sounds something like this. It's going great, thanks, zombie. I don't know. I have no idea what Thomas the Tank Engine sounds like, but it's going well. It's going well. Alright, so here's the sulfur. So let me set up the mine. I'm sure he sounds nothing like that, but if I were the voice of Thomas the Tank Engine, that's how I would respond. We're learning how to build train stations today. Yeah, there's that. There's this. There's that. And so we want to set up a station that can then merge back with the rails. Where we can have it come up through here and then back down over there, it looks like. So hopefully I can get it. Let's do something that's a little bit elevated over here. Although getting up to this elevation might be a difficult task. Ooh, these little like all these like ravines are not going to be easy to build a train station in. Maybe just right up here. Can I do that? Where did I build my rail? Okay, I see it there. Can I get it up to here? If I back my train up and have a bit of a ramp, I think I can make this work. Let's do that. Let's build a station right up in this area, and then it can head back over to the right that way. And let's put it on the global grid, which would be like this. Okay. A little bit higher. Let's go like this. This level seems good there. Let me see here. Something like this. Needs to be 5 wide. Like this. And like this. And this would be the center. I think this will be doable. And then we have it kind of go up and around after the station's in place. So I feel like I can't put the station any further forward than like right here. Right there. So, I might end up having to go up and through this, but let's find out. So this is the station 2, so this is going to be empty platform. Then freight platform. Then empty platform. And then I'm not going to put another empty platform like I did with the other one. So let's go like this. We'll have a offshoot split off before this as we can. You're excited? Death Stranding finally hit Game Pass for PC today. Death Stranding. That sounds familiar. Is that, Is that the game that was like... Wasn't there a game that was like is that a zombie game? I remember some zombie game with parkour. Is that one, or is that something else? Is zombies with parkour that game, or is that a different one? Death Stranding is a walking sim. You'll be back in a bit? Alright, Stellaris. Walking sim. Interesting. So, like, is it a parkour game? For some reason, parkour is what my brain comes to when I hear that name. Death Stranding. I feel like maybe my brother told me about that game or something. Okay, I think we can make this work. I'll have to back up my train to put the rails up here. But I think this will work. Then I can hopefully do a split off. If I go like this. That. A short straightaway here. This. Too sharp a turn. Why? Why is that too sharp a turn? Okay, how about, please, 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 just go into there. Okay, that's good. That'll work. And if I want to bypass, I actually do want to bypass. I'd need this to be off to the side, actually, over here. To see if I can do some sort of bypass up here. I'm thinking of Dying Light. You're right, I am thinking of Dying Light. Death Stranding, you RPG is a courier that delivers supplies to isolated colonies and attempts to rebuild the wireless communication across the world. Okay, I do not think I've heard of that game at all. Okay, interesting. All right, I feel like there's going to be a pretty hefty thing here. Let me see if I can do this. Can I? This is a funky bypass, but I'm hoping I'll be able to make this work. I want to make a bypass at basically every rail I create. So this up to this. Okay, that works. That actually works, and it doesn't even look too bad. Can get rid of a couple of these guys so it's not going through too much stuff. I will take it. I will say that's good enough for a bypass there. Block signal right here. Block signal at the entrance of this guy. It's a Kojima game. You'd be surprised if I hadn't heard of it. Could have just forgot about it. Maybe I have, yeah. It just, off the top of my head, doesn't ring any bells. I probably... What is it called again? Death Stranding? I probably saw and just don't remember. Because it's probably not in my genre of games I follow. Kojima is formerly the big dev at Konami, the head Metal Gear Solid. Head of Metal Gear Solid, okay. Cool. Alright, so what I'm trying to do here is this. 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 And... okay, we are going to make this work. Totally and easily, this will work great. This guy here. Just ramp it down a bit more. Beautiful. Somewhere along here. And then we have a straightaway that we can plug into. Hopefully. Beautiful. That looks great. Okay. And we do block signals. And we should be able to get out of the way of our other trains. I see you waiting on me, train. Thanks for being patient. We appreciate your patience. Your call will be answered in the order it was taken. Please be patient. All of our other associates are on the line. Okay, so there we go. So that's that guy. Oh, God. Oh, I shouldn't have stopped while on a straightaway. Or on a ramp. Rampity ramp. Alright, I gotta go back and get my, build up my momentum again, apparently. There's a pretty steep ramp here, and autosave. It's an older game, but it's got a ton of awards. You are number 2,337,538 in line. You are a valued customer. Okay, can I please back up? Please back up, build up a little momentum before we try to go up this steep hill. On my very, very heavy train here. Roller Coaster Tycoon Sim, that's kind of what this game is, kind of. Especially when we're working with rails that don't quite make it where they're supposed to go. I'm gonna go to the right here since that's a steeper ramp that I haven't finished. We should be able to kind of park on this and it'd be less of a pain. And I should be able to go forward easier. Okay, so set up the mining, and then I need to figure out how we're gonna reconnect with the rest of our loop. So it's probably gonna be somewhere around that direction. We're gonna make a scenic tour of these lovely plateaus up here. Yeah, this'll definitely work. It's a big ol' funky elevated loop, but I think this will work. Too steep, eh? How about right to here? Is this too steep? Yeah. Oh, that probably shouldn't work. That's what I love around here, doing things that we probably shouldn't do. Looks perfect. Looks gorgeous. It actually doesn't look that good, but hey, if it works, that's all I care about right now. All right, there it is, and it connects right into here. That is one ridiculous train track section. All right, let's put some block signals in. This does look like Roller Coaster Tycoon right here. This train track I just made. Are we gonna go on the train today? Yes, but today's train has a 90-degree vertical drop that you haven't seen since going to Disneyland or Six Flags. Great. I just hope I can connect my other part, this guy, into that. Should be able to, I think. Somewhere around right there. And then this guy right here. And then I need this guy to plug into that guy, which I think will work pretty cleanly. Let's go right up to the edge of this. See if you can fit into here. Oh, I see a purple thing. Beautiful. There it is. All right, so let me just get a little bit of block signalage going on over here. This. And this. All right, this is going to be sulfur mining 2. Sulfur mining 2. And then I just need power for this guy to go to where we're actually going to mine, which is going to be somewhere up top up there. So let me put this guy here. Okay. I see our mine right over here. I'll bring this underneath, I guess. I think that's a Mercer sphere I'm hearing. Yeah, I don't really care about that. Do not care. Alright, then we need to bring that over to the train station. And we need to overclock you to 780 a minute. Be full. Let's see, can I bring it through underneath here somewhere? I'm gonna have this probably go through some... Oh, I might be able to fit this right underneath the track here. Let's see. Yeah, just a little bit of cliff overlappage. Not too bad. bring this along over here. This way. Up over to here. And is going into this guy right there. Beautimus. All right. That should be 780 sulfur a minute going in that guy. Very good. And that is that done? Man, I'm getting these done quickly. I think that's good. Sulfur mining 2, block, block, block signals all over the place. Blickety block block. And I think that's good. Next one would be this guy down here, which I need to go follow the quartz split. Go down to here. We have a normal there. 2 normals over here. I think these 2 normals I can get my last station, which I have a bauxite station, so I may be able to do one before that bauxite station. So let's do this one next. So we go towards this quartz. We take a split off over there. That's where we're going next. Do I have any fuel? I think I got some fuel in here somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, it's good enough. Okay. All right, we're gonna get the sulfur one done quickly. Let's make sure all these signals look good. No flashing exclamation points. Okay, and we're going to take a split off of here that heads towards the quartz mining. Which my tracks are getting so squirrely and so many of them I might not know which split that is, but I think there's a split off to the left up here. Yeah, right before the ramp. Man, look at all these different trains going on. It's crazy. All these separate trains going. It's crazy. Now we're going to go left here. I believe there's another left off of here we got to split off there, yeah. And then another left towards the sulfur. And then I want another left off of here. So I need to stop somewhere around here. Oh, there's a split off right here. Okay, so it's going to split off of this one. I actually might be able to make the station just right off of this rather than having to do a separate long split off. Oh god, we gotta go through radiation for this guy. Yeah, the sulfur's not far from here, so if I could actually split off of this guy and just create a station, the sulfur's not far from this at all, so this should be a pretty quick and easy one, I think. So we do a split off of here, and we like create a station over here. Just like a quick bit of a ramp up to a station, and I think this will be doable. Don't have to go too high. We do something like this. I'm gonna be able to make a long enough station here. I feel like I do need to go a little bit higher for this, actually. That right there should work. This will be a sulfur station. And I need to cut this tree down. Always in the way of progress, trees. It's not crazy, it's satisfactory. It's working, it's working. Yes. So many puns and references we can make. So many puns and references. Let me throw any wood and stuff I have on the ground, though. I don't actually want this for this. Nature, stay with nature. I got no room for you. Okay. Where's the middle? The middle would be here. So we would have a station here. Sulfur is just off to the left a little ways, so this will absolutely start working. It's working. Okay. Oh, I am out of concrete. Watching Rand doing splits. Splits. Not those kind of splits. I am not flexible enough for that, that's for sure. My little brother, actually did a little bit of gymnastic stuff because he was always way more flexible than me. And I cannot do flexibility things, including splits and backflips and other stretches. Please tell me I have concrete in here somewhere. Okay, here we go. We got plenty of concrete. Should be good enough for now. I definitely do not have that ability. I have some skills, being flexible, doing splits. That is not one of my skills. Definitely not one of my skills. Oops. I could run pretty fast as a kid, but I could not do flexibility based things, that's for sure. Used to be super flexible, now you can't even reach your back. I don't know if my brother's still as flexible as he used to be. I mean, he's 2 years younger than me. So he's probably not as flexible as he used to be either, but he definitely was more flexible than I was back in the day. Alright, so I think I can get my station set up here. I want to get rid of this tree. Remember that Volvo truck video on YouTube with JCVC doing the splits? Jean-Claude Van Damme, yes. I do remember that. I also remember a meme of that with Chuck Norris doing it, and it was even more ridiculous. But it was, you know, a fake meme of Chuck Norris. But it was pretty hilarious. That's the other thing I remember. Who doesn't remember that, right? Alright, so let's get our station set up here. And there should be a pretty easy way to reconnect down there. Yeah, that'll definitely be doable. Okay, so station. I think that's the right direction, right? Yes. This is going to be station 3. So we have empty. Empty. Freight platform. To the left. And then empty. So I actually have this one right for once. Floor is too steep. What? Oh, I was missing. Okay. Thought there was something underneath it that was screwing it up. It was just this. There we go. Beautiful. And then we're going to have a bypass that I probably don't need, but I'm going to set up on the... Let's have this bypass be on the right. Okay. Yeah, it was Chuck Norris doing splits between 2 fighter jets or something. Yeah, you forgot who did that remake after Van Damme split. I feel like it was It was like a Reddit meme, but I don't know. Maybe it was an actual commercial too. But I feel like it was a computer generated thing is what I remember it being. But maybe there was a real thing. I don't know. Okay, so the plan will be that we kind of ramp down from this, I think. So let's do this guy. Ramp down, then we'll curl over to that in that direction. And that will hopefully work. There. Put a straightaway on this guy. Decent straightaway. And then we should be able to bring that over to that. Join that, which hopefully I'll be able to bypass for that. I think I've been building bypasses for all these guys. If I haven't, bad by me. I need to make one. Okay, get off of that, please. I don't want nukes ready to fire currently. You need nukes ready to fire at all times. No more nuke avoidant solo. What? I don't know. Okay, let me go. Can I get down over here? Too steep. Too steep and too long. Okay, it looks like I need to continue the ramp more here. And I can't see the ramp because there's too many trees. Can't see the forest for the trees. Can't see the ramp for the trees. This. Somewhere there. I think it might be there. Oh god, I can't even see it. Where are you, ramp? There you are. There we go. Go like that. Okay. Alright, we're gonna have to curl off somewhere over here, but hopefully this will at least let me converge my bypass over here. Okay, so that guy. Beautiful. There it is. We do a block signal there. We do block signals around this guy. There. There. Should go to there. That will hopefully just go straight to that. Beautiful. So block signal to there, and then at the split. There we go. Okay. I'll even put one more down here, just, you know, doesn't hurt to have lots and lots of block signals. There's that. Okay, I'll have to figure out how that connects back in later. For now, I want to go get this sulfur mining, because this should be a pure bauxite 1. Oh, I'm in the way of this guy. Okay, let me go up this split, because bauxite needs to get past here. I have enough block signals that this will be fine once I get my train out of the way. Oh, that looks good. Yes, as long as it's not too steep. Building up traffic. Train, I know, I'm sorry. It's construction. Give us a break. We're working for you. Construction being done on this track. You all have those signs over in, I don't know, UK or wherever everyone else is. That whenever they're doing road work, there's always a sign of a happy-looking construction worker, which I don't think exists in real life, going, "Give us a break. We're working for you. Slow down." You don't have that? Maybe that's only in Texas. I don't know. Alright, let's go over here. Alright, where are you, Sulfur? Ooh, we got geysers over here. We work for you, and then a bunch of symbols being footnotes. By the way, we do not actually work for you. Disclaimer, we work for us. For the city. For the government, not for you. Do I happen to... I wonder if I happen to have materials on me to get these geysers tamed. That would be nice. Looks like I do. I have enough for a couple, at least. I need more heavy modular frames and some other things. Let me get the miners, and then I'm going to see what I can tame over here. The single miner I need. Are there two of these guys? Two or three of these guys over here? It's pretty nice. This. We work for you, but actually if you look at the fine print, you work for us. That's right. Have I gotten this thing? I have, yeah. If you look at the fine print. You work for us, and you also owe us money. Pay your taxes. And also some extra money besides taxes that you owe us for doing all this work for you. Because you actually work for us. Alright, is the sulfur up here? I feel like the sulfur might be up here. Oh, there's a slug. I don't want the leaves. Really? Are you not going to let me get the slug without... No, Jesus. Am I stuck again? Oh, frickin' hell. This totally non-buggy game. Totally non-buggy. Okay, what is it? It is transportation cyber wagon. Oh god, even the cyber wagon moved. I can't get in you from here, can I? Jesus. What is happening? Why is this? What is happening? The cyber wagon is just flying away. Oh, give me a break. Tell me that I don't have to kill myself here. Oh, thank God. I'm out. I'm out. Get me out. You frickin' game. Where did that other cyber wagon go? Okay, here it is. Okay, stay away. Why can't I collect this slug? I nuked it. Can I now collect it? Okay, this is an immune slug. Frickin' buggy ass game. Totally not buggy. Totally not buggy, everybody. Where's the sulfur? I'm looking for it. There it is. If you say no to you working for us, you get audited. There you go. Nice. Okay, 3 mines. 3 portable miners. Oh, god damn it. I have freaking flowers, leaves, and tree and wood in my inventory. Get out! Okay, there's that. Which way are we going with this? Probably to the right over here. Okay. Alright, let's see where that power line I took. There it is. Let's to that. And we overclock you, because this is a pure, beautiful. Overclock you twice. To 780. this guy going over here. Did I perhaps not have space in my inventory when I tried to pick up the slug? I'm 97.35% sure I did have space. I'll go check again, though. 97.355, repeating, of course. Percent sure. That's a 50 TKP minus! I just mixed up my WoW rating memes there, but you all know what I mean. You all know what I'm talking about. You all know. I got plenty of space. Yeah, it didn't even pop up. I don't want to get stuck again, though, so I'm not going to mess with it anymore. Oh, wow. How many geysers are there here? There's 3 of them, and one of them is a pure. Okay. You're a normal. You're a normal. Let me get the pure one over here. I don't think I've gotten a pure geyser yet. Power, geothermal. What are the numbers on a pure? Up to 600 megawatts that can provide. That's awesome. Free 600 megawatts of power. Well, not free. You have to spend resources to build the thing, but. All right. So I need more heavy modular frames. Rest of that. I need to get this guy. This. Go around the geothermal vent. Going up to here. There. To here. And this guy goes over into there. Let me go grab, I think I need supercomputers as well. These guys in heavy modular frames to build these geothermal vents if I can. Okay. And I can build 2 more with the amount of quick wire. Okay, cool. Yay for free power! This is awesome that I can just go grab this free power while I'm out building this stuff. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's all 3 of those guys. Just got to plug them into power. Power line. Power line. And the gray line should go up just a little bit. It'll fluctuate because geothermal is not consistent, but very nice. Convenient to grab power while going out and grabbing these random resources. Alright, now this guy should be done. I just need to get the track back connected onto our main loop. Well, this is actually an offshoot over here. You clipped the flying cyber car. Great. We want to remember that moment for all eternity. That such memorable moment of buggy Satisfactory. We've had that happen a couple times, actually. So it's not really all that surprising. Alright, where can I reconnect? Maybe on this ramp over here somewhere? Probably not here, right? Yeah, too long. Actually, that almost works. I could connect to right here if I can get the angle right, I think. Alright, too sharp a turn. That's what I was worried about. Auto save. Okay, let me clip in and figure out where I need to bring this. Like this. Like this. I think this should work. Like that. There we go. Okay. Set up a block signal here. Do I already have a bypass? It looks like I do have a bypass. Way to go, me. Way to go past Rand. Beautiful. Okay, so we have a bypass set up for that. Let me just get block signals on this guy. Are you a path signal? You're a path signal, aren't you? Yeah, so if I replace you with a block signal, these should all be working. Let me make sure these other ones before are working. That looks good. It's not blinking. That's good. Okay. Alright, so block signals all along here. That way. These big, weird-looking pod things kind of look like bigger versions of those Mercer spheres that you can collect. Okay, so this one should be Sulfur Mining 3. Should be this station. Sulfur Mining 3. And I should have Sulfur Mining 1, 2, 3. So I need to get one more. And I want it to be over by... We have two normals here. If I combine those, I can, I will have enough for what we're doing. So where can I get a station for that? I feel like... I think we go from this guy across over to here. Actually, there's a sulfur here. You're only normal. You're only normal. I might be able to do one in the middle here and bring this guy over and this guy over. It's a little long, but I feel like that might be easier than trying to get a station off up here. Let's drive our train and see where we want to go. All of a sudden my mouse doesn't seem to be moving as much as it should. What? Okay. This station should be good. Wait, did I get block signals around this station? I got one there. I got one there. I got one there. Okay. I think my block signals are good. Okay. Looks good. Train going by down there. Which is a good timing because we'll be able to bypass it. Can the trains run on their own? Yes, I have like 6 or 7 trains that are running on their own, like that one you just saw. What I'm setting up is a station for my sulfur collecting freight train to come pick stuff up. So what I'm doing is setting up stations for all of my self-running trains. And actually, I want you to go first, because I don't want to be getting in your way. So I'm going to let this guy go first. Like, this guy here, he's my bauxite train, so he's going around collecting bauxite from my 3 or 4 different bauxite mining stations. Why are you going so slow, sir? You should have... Oh, you're not a green light, because I'm in your way, probably. There it is. Okay. So my idea... I can actually kind of watch where this train goes to give me an idea where I want to split off. I think he's going to go up this way. Yeah, because he's going up to this station. So what I might be able to do is split off up here, go up this way, collect sulfur from 2 places, and then rejoin it. That might be what I do. Because I think there's a long straightaway of a tall ramp or something up there. So if I break away at the top of that ramp, I could probably go to a separate station for the sulfur. Whoa, damn song stuck in your head. Well, I don't know what song it is by a bunch of whoa-oh-ohs, but Can be a pain to have a song stuck in your head, that's for sure. But those whoa-oh-oh-ohs, I think of whoa for the longest time. Whoa, little Billy Joel. But I don't know if that's a song stuck in your head or not. Get a little crazy in here. Group rock is a church song that your kid loves. Oh, okay. Alright, so I want to split off somewhere up here, I think. If I split off here and go up this way, I gotta have a station that's almost like near where this guy. Oh, whoa, whoa! My train's trying to fall back down the ramp. Let's not do that. Okay, so if I were split off from here, I think this will work. We just need to figure out where we need to go with this. Maybe through here. We got water over here, so I could actually go above the water. That could work decently well. Have a pretty wide open space. And then maybe join back up there. I wonder if that would work. If I went this way and then turned left, we have a little bit of room we could work with over here. Let me see if I can make that work. So if we went like this, and then across. This looks better. If I can turn my train around to do this, this is what I would like to do. So then I believe I could merge back onto this train a lot easier. So I'm hoping that this will work. Let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to merge back together after the station, then we need to merge onto that. So let me see if I can make that a reality. So if I did that, this is where we'd merge back together. Merge together there, maybe, and then merge to there. Okay, so that works. You need to be a block signal then. Hopefully that doesn't mess up any of my other signals. I don't think it will. So this is where we would merge from station, which would start about right here. Floor is too steep. Is it this side? I think it's this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually put this in the wrong place. I actually want the station here. Not right there. Does that still connect decently well? It looks like it does. The only problem would be merging onto this. pretty sure I couldn't do a bypass here. You know what? I think I'm gonna not do a bypass for this station. Well, maybe I could go from this side, actually. Maybe I can. I really should do bypasses every time I can. Which, if I do a bypass, I want this to be a sectioned thing. I want 2 pieces to this. If I can. So my question is, will I be able to merge onto that from here? And I think I might be able to. Let me check that. This guy right here. Yeah, I was saying no bypass, and then I immediately realized that's probably a bad idea. Okay, looks like this works, though. There we go. That works. That works. Little funky, but that will work. All right, and then this is going to be station 4. So I need a 3 empties. 1, 2, 3. And then the actual loading station. So I'm going to have to do a bit of a turn to get my train to this. Hopefully I'll be able to do that.
Widespread chaos and mayhem. World President urges all citizens
thing
to
up
do
there.
their part and harvest alien artifacts.
Okay, and this will be freight station. Freight platform on this side. And then I would need to get my train to this with a bypass, which means I probably need to come around this way if I can.
Harvest.
Alright, I think this will work. I think I can probably bring it around here. I think it's going to be easier if I actually set up concrete for this. So, here's the center. If I do a bit of a straightaway,
I strongly advise you to
we
harvest
go
this
like
specimen.
this. Then we go something like this. We're going to do a bit of a 90-degree turn if we can make that happen, which shouldn't be too hard. Oh god, I'm out of concrete again! Always out of concrete, man! Alright, let me see if I can figure out the split here. So... I don't need this here now, I don't think. This guy here. Hopefully just enough for me to get the split set up. The bypass, I should call it. It'll probably fit here once I get that set up. So this would need to be... Let me get this figured out. Bit of a straightaway. Trivia question. What's my favorite church song? Huh.
Comply.
God, that's a tough question. I don't like listen to classical, popular. I mean, I don't really listen to church music. I sing a lot of church music. I don't listen to it on my, time off. I would guess my answer would probably be have to be something like something I've talked about before, like the Brahms Requiem or something like that. Some really famous classical work would probably have to be my answer. Okay, I can't go through here. I wonder if I can go through this big thing here, which sounds very different than what you're talking about, a group rock church song that your kids love. I don't listen to a lot of popular church music because most of the stuff I do is more classical in nature, so... Man, can I get around all this? Interesting. Maybe I could split off earlier and go around this way. That looks much better, actually. Let me see if I can do that. Which is going to be a pain, because I'm up on a big straightaway. I'm going to have to back up over here. Let me get rid of this. Let's make this a block signal. Let me back this up. I need to back this up, hopefully before another train needs to get here. But when I was a kid and lived with my parents, who did listen to, you know, grew up listening to whatever contemporary Christian music, there were a couple of groups that I listened to. Jars of Clay, DC Talk, Newsboys, I think was another one. So if I had to choose, it probably would be something from the 90s from those guys, if it's got to be popular church type music. Confirmed, Rand was once a kid. This is a true statement. I was. Popular to contrary belief. I don't know modern day contemporary Christian music. I just don't listen to that. Going back and listening to that stuff, I feel like it wasn't that good, but, you know, there's some decent stuff back then that I, at least as a kid, thought was good, I guess. Alright, do I have, if I can get a splitter off of somewhere up here, that would be perfect. There, so if I split off of there, I can go through that. I think that would work. It's just not my genre anymore as contemporary Christian. That is definitely not my genre. Okay, I see a purple. That should work. We bring this through here. Oh yeah, this will be perfect. This will be exactly what I want it to be. Like this. And we come out this way. This will work. Now, I should have gotten concrete, but what I will do, I'll put block signals and bring my train all the way over here, park it, and grab the concrete that I need. Alright, that should work. I didn't break any signals, did I? Let me go check if there's a path signal up here that I broke. Perchance. Nope, that's not broken. Okay, good. I'm overthinking what was meant to be a simple question. What's my favorite? Can be contemporary, classical, doesn't matter. Brahms Requiem, third movement. Wie lieblich sind deine Wohnungen. If you just want that. The third movement from the Brahms Requiem. If I just have to choose one, there you go. It's my answer's probably going to be classical choral music because that's all I sing that has anything to do with church music. We are working in my church job. We are working on towards a concert that's going to be like a concert of hope, because you always can have, you know, some inspirational name for you know, sacred type stuff. We're doing a concert, and one of the composers is actually going to be conducting for one of our pieces. I think her name is Heather Sorensen or Elaine Hagenberg. And the name of the piece we're doing that I really like is called Deep Peace. So that's really nice. Again, I don't think the answer is going to be one that you would be any music you know. Unless you know contemporary choral sacred music. So that answer probably doesn't tell you anything. But there's a couple answers. Besides, I'm a musician. If you ask any musician what's their favorite X, and it's a music question, they're going to give you like 20 different answers or a long dissertation, because that's what we do. Like asking a computer part builder, what's your favorite computer part? Well, if you want this, then you could do this. It's like it's not a simple answer. It's not a simple answer when you ask a musician their favorite piece of music. Mission accomplished. Start a conversation. Okay. Well, great. Good job. It was quiet in chat. You're trying to help. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Let's see here. What I find interesting is asking non-musicians what their favorite piece of music or something that they would like played at their wedding or funeral or something. I have a couple gigs that I'm planning for my group, because I potentially have a couple wedding gigs later this year, maybe one next year. We'll see. And let's see. So this would be 1, 2, 3, and hold on a sec. 1, 2, 3. You know, weddings, people have songs that they think are just wedding songs. One of them is Paco Bell Canon. Others are like Ave Maria or Panis Angelicus. And so I'm in the process of trying to come up with arrangements of those for four-part a cappella SATB ensemble. Soprano, alto, tenor, bass. That's what I write my arrangements for usually. 1, 2, 3. And it could be a challenge coming up with arrangements when I have to write original stuff. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And beautiful. That should do what I want it to do. Yeah, Paco Bell's Canon in D. Is probably the most popular wedding song, apart from like the bridal march. You know, the bum 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 bum. Song you won't play at your wedding and funeral is Tequila, which is also the song you sing best. Tequila. You mean that song that has one word in it? It's your best singing song? Nice. Nice. Well done. Okay. Heard a beautiful adaptation of Star Wars as a wedding song and a Star Trek one. Interesting. What Star Wars song? The Cantina song? The... Which one? That one? I assume maybe that's the one you're talking about. The main theme. On Your Funeral, Happy from Pharrell Williams would play. Okay. It's a good song. I think I wrote an arrangement for that for something. Or my friend did, and we sang it for a little girl's birthday or something. Taco Bell's Canon in D. The slightly less well-known, sung at fewer weddings. Taco Bell Canon in B. In D. In B. In D. You played the piano for a friend's wedding. He asked you to play Imperial March, so you threw in a little at the end. Nice. Bum, 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 bum. Interesting. Was that for the groom's entrance or something? Right, so this is going to be Sulfur Mining 4. Sulfur Mining 4. Alright, so now I actually have to mine it and bring it. So we got one over here and one over here. Those are probably the two closest. So I need 780 a minute. 780 divided by 2. I need 390 from each of these guys. So this one's close. Let's get that one set up. Which direction is it? It is basically east-southeast. This direction over here. Okay. This weird bug of music that starts and stops over and over. Do not know what causes that weird bug. I think the sulfur must be just up here somewhere. It was for the groom. Based. There's a callback to yesterday's stream. Based, huh? Oh gosh, where is this sulfur? Hey, slug. Can I pick this slug up? Okay, at least I can pick this one up. Does my choir sing any Eric Essenwalds? I have Eric Essenwalds? Is that a composer? A pop singer? I have no idea who or what that is. So the quick answer would be no. We have not done that. Oh, I see the sulfur. I see it. The group that I'm talking about is like my small acapella ensemble that I created originally to potentially sing for weddings, and we like never did any, but now we might actually have two potentially. And has actually turned out to be more, we've done more surprise engagement proposals where we sing pentatonics covers is what we've done more of than anything else. Throne Room Wedding March. Okay, I'll click on that link to check out what that is. What is that? Wow, whatever that first note is. Is that an organ? The organ sounds a little out of tune, actually. It's really loud. Okay, I'm gonna listen to that off stream. The first note I heard sounded like the organ had two different stops going. That was. I'm not sure if it was out of tune or just the recording that sounded a little funky tuning. So 390 is what I need here. Okay, so two of these guys. There we go. It's drone on organ. Oh, it's bagpipe. That's why. It's drone and bagpipe. Interesting. Drone. Okay, well, I say drone. Done on organ and bagpipe. I bet that was hard to tune, man. Tuning an organ with a bagpipe? That sounds like the music jokes I hear. How do you tune a trombone section? You shoot 3 of the 4 of them, so there's only 1 left. That sounds like a challenging thing to tune. Tuning anything in a bagpipe sounds like a difficult proposition. True. Your favorite scene from episode 1 was the door closing. Holy crap, is that a door or a guillotine? The door closing, episode 1. What? Hey, what's up, Pie Boy? Alright. You were a trombone player? Sorry about that. I should have said bassoon or clarinet or oboe or something. Surely you've heard that joke. There's like a million of those jokes for band and orchestra. A million of those jokes. A million, I say. Okay, where am I going? I'm going over there, right? I think that's where I'm going. I forget what the jokes were about clarinet. They're probably tuning. Most of those jokes are jokes about tuning or something. Fine police work, Detective Randall. We sure took those perps down last week. You're talking about Shogi stream, yeah. That was just pretty fun. Pretty fun, that Ready or Not. We'll have to do some more of that at some point. Okay, how am I gonna? I'm gonna need to bring. I need a merger is what I need. Can I put a merger right in front of this? Merger. Looks like I can do this. So I can do that. Sorry, I hope I'm not being mean talking about tuning with trombones and the organ thing that I've only listened to the first part of. You played all the brass instruments, primarily jazz trombone and concert tuba. Nice. Then I'm sure you tune really well. And I apologize if that was mean what I said about tuning. I was just making stupid band jokes. You probably heard a million of those too. Surely you have. Heard all of the making fun of band tuning jokes. Okay, so this is where I'm gonna go over here. I hear a lot more choir jokes, like how do you, the jokes are like how do you get a tenor to look at the conductor, and the answer is like, you know, make it be a hot soprano or something, I don't know. There's lots of choir jokes about tenors being, you know, airheads and altos being whatever. I don't even want to say bad things because I can't think of the jokes off the top of my head, but it's kind of a similar type of thing. All right, so I'm going northwest to get this, and we have oil being mined over here, so I should be able to grab this. This is honestly pretty far away, but let's bring our belts that direction. Kind of northwest. Somewhere. Are you kidding? Trombone's always out of tune is hilarious. Okay. Good. So it's not even a joke, it's just life. It's just the life of a trombone player. You're glad I made you feel so bad, tra-la-lol. Alright, now I have to make up to you for all the horrible meanness that I made, all the bad feelings you felt. Okay, here's one of the joke things I heard about singers. Well, it's less of a joke thing, it's more of a video making fun of the different voice types. There was a video about how the different types of singers warm up. And it shows a soprano, and she's going, you know, doing all these like kind of gymnastic type things that would be a normal singer warm-up thing. Then it shows an alto like going, wah, 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 you know, kind of a, I don't know, like a, I don't even know what to call that, like a pop belty sound she's doing. Then it goes to tenor, trying to sing like Pavarotti, like hi, hi, ho, hi, like all these kind of sounds. Then it goes to a bass, and the bass just goes, and he's warmed up. So there's a goofy singer, stupid semi-jokes, semi-making fun of the different voice type things that I was talking about. Hilarious, I know, hilarious. Let me see here. Come on up to here. This way. I think we want to go in here somewhere. Then it shows a tenor eating a taco. No, at least in this video is the tenor, you know, making, you know, trying to make operatic tenor sounds. Hi, ho, ho, that kind of thing. Bass warm-up shows up 15 minutes late. There you go. Am I going the right direction? Kind of. Yeah, it's over here somewhere. Making what I would call high voice sounds. Hey, ho! Which I thought was pretty funny because it's pretty accurate. It's probably pretty accurate for all the voice parts, honestly. Funny but accurate. If a little tongue-in-cheek. Version of that video where the basses are just smoking cigars and drinking brandy to warm up. Yeah, that's another one. We can take a lift up to here. What's funny is I think that video was like a military thing, like a military, because there are, you know, like the Army band and the Navy band and the Air Force choir and stuff like that. And I think that was like a military. I think they were all in uniform, different uniforms for that video that I saw. Okay, cool. So just need the 3 miners and we're good here. Why was the base late? Someone forgot to drop them off. The joke is because they're not responsible. Because they're making fun of a general trend. And I'm now making the joke not funny because I'm explaining it. Alright, so 390 was what I wanted to hear? Yeah, 390. 1, 2. Although I would hear that joke about tenors, because tenors are notoriously flaky. Flaky tenors is kind of a meme in the land of, you know, professional singers. Professional singers. Alright, I think I got, yeah, I got power over here. Their DD was that designated driver got lost. Okay. Down with the Sickness by Disturbed intensifies. What? There should be an acoustic version of Down with the Sickness where they just say oh ah ah oh ah 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 in a smooth voice. Oh ah 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 oh ah ah ah. Some stupid operatic voice. A friend of mine told me this thing. She a mezzo soprano friend of mine who's does really goofy stuff. There's a website called, I think it's called Fiverr or something, where you can like hire out your services to people and they'll like pay you $5 to do some goofy thing. And her thing was she said, I will sing your favorite pop song in an operatic voice for $5. And she did a bunch of that kind of stuff where she would, you know, come on, get down with the sickness. Come on, your mother, get down with the sick. You know, just doing stupid in her operatic voice. So that's kind of that similar thing to what y'all are talking about. As a bass, you're not wrong. It was like herding cats. Are you talking about the tenors or the basses or both? All right, there we go. That should be 790 a minute sulfur. So this station, is this station done? Sulfur mining 4. I think we are done with sulfur. Did I connect back to a thing? I did. So that should be sulfur done. Hey, GG cookie time, my friends. GG milk time. I think that is sulfur done. I think I can turn on the sulfur train. Assign the sulfur trains, I think it's good. Let me check my signals here. Use Fiverr to have someone try to scrap a copy of your HOA rules from 25 years ago into a searchable PDF. Ha! Nice. That sounds like a lot of work for $5 if it was a pretty extensive document. Get down with the sulfur, that's right. So what I'm going to do is we go to timetable. We go to sulfur 1. We edit timetable. And it should just be sulfur mining 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Save changes. Cancel docking. And I should see a new train over here. Leave the station. Cancel docking. There it goes. Nice. I only have liquids left, man. That's awesome. Before I start working on liquids, I'm gonna go check my phase 4 stuff and make sure it's all going well. I have a feeling I need to increase radio control unit production for this stuff. So I want to go check on some stuff a bit here before we continue our train stations. Because I really, like I've said like 4 times, I really want to finish this playthrough on Thursday. If at all possible, I want to finish my train stations today and Thursday and have my Phase 4 be done on Thursday, if I can. It's probably going to mean leaving my game on offline, but make sure all my automation is not being slowed down by anything. We just called your tenors the battle tenors because it was like they were competing with one another to be the loudest. Yeah. I remember that from my college choirs. It's not as bad in my professional groups, but, you know, the repertoire for tenors often is up in their, what my old choir teacher used to call the wheelhouse. All right, tenors, back off. I know it's in your wheelhouse. Back off a little bit. So tell us what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I went past a red light again. I know, I'm not the best at following my own train rules. It was only 48 pages, and you paid him $5 to type that up. Oh my gosh. Well, maybe for somebody who does a lot of typing, that's not too hard. I don't know, but that sounds like not enough pay for that. Can trains crash? Absolutely. It's not that big a deal, though, because all you have to do is walk up to it, press E, and you re-rail the train. It just derails them, so it's actually not that big a deal. But yes, they can, and we've had it happen a couple times on stream. Okay, we're gonna go to the right here. Bypass this guy. Hope he doesn't try to leave right as we're going. Oh god! Speaking of crashing. I mean, I have one long loop that's got, I think we're up to 8, 9, or 10 trains now. So there has absolutely been crashing on stream before. Absolutely has. Oh, that I think is actually the sulfur train because it's completely empty. That's the sulfur train. We'll have to, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on the map to see if that gets stopped anywhere, because I might have to go fix it if it did. Your neighbor also works for the railway. He works the night shifts. Nice. He does deal with derailing trains. Let me see. So where is the sulfur train? Sulfur one. So he's gonna go here. He's gonna go around to there, then down to there, then over to there, and back home. That's. Hopefully, I set it all up right, and I won't have to go back and fix any stations. Judging by my past attempts, he will probably break down somewhere, and I'll have to go fix some signals. 48 pages isn't too bad. To type up something for $5? That would take me more than an hour, and if you paid $5 for an hour, that's less than minimum wage in the U.S., I think. I think it's $7 something an hour, $7 and something an hour for minimum wage, but still. Is this relaxing to watch? Oh, I'm glad you enjoy it. There's, this has been a lot of work to build. What is this, our 4th or 5th stream where we've been working on this crazy train build while we wait for Phase 4 to finish? You helped your friend with a full RPG rules book. It was fine. Yeah, but it's fine because you're doing it for fun. If somebody's paying you to do something that's work, I feel like you wouldn't be like, yeah, it's only 48 pages. I'd be like, Jesus, 48 pages of this HOA rules I gotta type up? God. It's like being a kid watching the trains. Yeah. The trains are really cool once you get them up and running. Alright, is my sulfur train doing its thing? Yeah, so it's already gone to the first station. It's good. Like when I play a game and I'm planning a build for a character and it takes me 5 hours, I'm like, this is fun. But if I told somebody who hates video games, I don't know who would hate video games, you had to spend 5 hours designing a character, they'd be like, oh my god, that sounds so boring. You know, there's a big difference between work that you want to do and work that you don't want to do. And usually if you're being paid, it's work you don't want to do. I feel like that's a pretty correct general statement. I'm one of the lucky ones who gets to play video games and enjoy it. So it doesn't feel like work so much. You only worked 6.5 hours nonstop without a break today. You guess it takes more for you to get upset. Okay. Well, and hopefully you at least have some small enjoyment from cooking. So your job of being you're like a line cook, right? Wouldn't be too annoying. All right, let me make sure the sulfur train is still working. That's bauxite. Sulfur. Where's the sulfur train? Can I actually click on it? Train station. Sulfur 1. If I click on it. Yes. Okay, it's currently at sulfur mining 2. And now it's pulling out. Beautiful. All right, so my goal right now is I'm going to go check my phase 4 automation things. Because I have a feeling I'm going to need to increase some production on some stuff. Are any of these lights not green? It looks like this thing is not on. Yep, this is what I was worried about. Pressure conversion tubes, and I'm pretty sure it's running out of control units. Radio control units, I knew it. That was the one I was worried about. So radio control units are the thing we're running out of. What about all of our other production things here? Let me make sure nothing else is running out. Looks like everything else is backed up here, which is what I want to see. Yeah. You're running at basically full capacity. You're running at basically full capacity. God, those things are going to take forever. I'm going to have to like leave this on overnight one night, I think, to have any... I might tomorrow, Wednesday night, maybe tonight and tomorrow night, I'm going to leave this running overnight so that our Phase 4 will at least get close enough for me to finish it on stream. So radio control units. Let's see, what is the P? No, O. Crystal oscillators, aluminum computers, crystal oscillators, circuit boards, rubber. Okay, they all take some aluminum in some form, it looks like. Feels like this recipe might be the easiest one to do, potentially. Heat sinks aren't too bad. Because what I'm considering doing is using these materials that I'm collecting for a short-term build to increase radio control units to help my Phase 4 not be quite so slow. Confirmed, Rand hates singing in video games. Completely confirmed. $3.75 a minute. How many do we need a minute for this build over here? For this guy, how many do you need? It only needs 2 a minute. So if I take a break from my current build, use these resources for a little mini factory to make radio control units so that this stuff is not slowed down. I think that is what I want to do. So how do I want to do this? Let's make this be a bit of a mini factory here. Build this up here. Train station. I want to do like a transport tube going up here, I think. Where are my transport tube things here? So wall, where's wall hole? Wall hole. And we want to go up top there. Alright, let's see what height we want to go up to here. So just above the actual stations themselves, we want to put a level where I was thinking about this, what I would actually, you do with all these resources I'm bringing back, and I feel like what I would do would be set up a level that's all material processing. So all the smelters, all the refineries, all the stuff you need for aluminum, the blenders and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of what I was thinking of doing. So maybe I'll start a kind of beginning of that so that we can to start as a supplement to what we're doing over there. So let me get power lines here. Have this be something like that. Plug into that power line. Go up there. To be fair, you are kind of right. You were quite busy today, but you did have fun somehow. I feel like you are good at having fun doing... I feel like that entrance is backwards. You were good at just having fun doing whatever you're doing, Pie Boy. I feel like that is a strength that you have. There. Is that right? Why is the power line showing up on the other side over there? This is just in the wall. Whatever. Guess we'll do that. Let's go in. There we go. Does this work? That works. Beautiful. It spits me right on the train tracks. Perfectly safe, everybody. Perfectly safe. Rand spends 20 streams setting up his factory, then discovers trains and decided to do all over again. Well, it's more like I want to supplement this. I don't want to completely do it all over again. But I do want to finish in the next stream, so... what materials will I need? Basically, I need a bunch of concrete. I'm going to make a big ol'... I'm going to do a bunch of refining up here. I'm going to do a little temporary, that will probably not be temporary, build just to make radio control units like this way. So I need to figure out what we will need for that stuff, which is actually going to be a pretty extensive build, probably. So let me set up a manufacturer, like right here. This will be the end goal, this temporary manufacturer that will create 3.5 radio control units a minute. Yeah, I think this will be the easiest one. All we got to do is throw quartz crystal, high-speed connectors, and heat sinks. That's all we got to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that up. I'm going to figure out the pieces before that, and then I'm going to refine those pieces from the materials we're mining. I'm not sure if we have water, if we need... Yeah, we're going to need aluminum for this. And aluminum refining does require water, I believe. So I might even do a little spaghetti. Some of the things that I don't want to produce over here, like the aluminum materials, I might bring from, again, temporarily, from our full build over there, because I have plenty of aluminum, all-clad aluminum bucket things, whatever those are called. You don't think temporary and end goal go together? You're right. It doesn't. I don't care. All right, I don't care. I just wanna finish. I wanna finish phase 4 so we can have a good, solid GG cookie time to end this playthrough before going on to into the breach, which is the final plan. So the most difficult part will be the heat sinks, I think. So heat sinks we have 2 different recipes. I think I want to do the one that doesn't require rubber, because I can grab alclad aluminum sheets from my storage, and then I can get copper from our trains, or do what our trains are doing, and do that. So we need, that's in an assembler. So that would be this guy. 22.5 copper sheets a minute. You thought Baba is you is next, Kappa. That's you never stop asking for it, that's for sure. One day I will probably, maybe, potentially play it. Probably, maybe. Alright, this is going to be a bit of a build, so before I get fully started on this, really quickly, my friends, I'm going to stand upstairs, use the restroom, take my first break of the day. Thank you all for watching. Hope you're enjoying the Satisfactory. Hopefully with this stuff that we're working on, we will be able to finish this week. If not, maybe we'll can finish with one or two final streams next week, but I'm going to go grab a snack and use the restroom. I'll be back in just a bit, my friends. Y'all rock.